things up in that third quarter. How do you explain what happened? You guys were able to really separate yourselves out.
Ball movement on the offensive end, everybody was touching it, and then it all started on the defensive end, getting stops and being able to take advantage of guys moving the ball and passing up shots and making a play for their teammates. And Paul was great, Deron was great, but as a whole defensively, guys were on the same page and they executed, and that's kind of what got us the lead.
I know the expectation is, of course, to keep the focus on tonight, but the ability to superstars in the fourth, be able to head to Chicago with guys having some rest, how much does that set you up for what you're trying to do before the break?
Well, it's big. Again, a veteran ball club understands what it's, the games that right before break are important because, you're planning vacations or you're planning to go to All-Star Weekend, and so sometimes the game comes secondary, and I thought the guys handled tonight well. Now it's, we got to move on and get ready for Chicago.
You guys obviously had a great turnaround since the start of the year. You guys keep saying you're a different team. I think you're 14-5 now since January 1st. But how important is it to finish off tomorrow, like you said, and go into the break with a win and keep that momentum going?
Well, Chicago's playing extremely well. They're well coached, and so this is a quick turnaround. And this is a chance for us to get better on back-to-back games. So, got a lot of guys, for the most part, didn't play a lot of minutes, so we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Jason, Paul and KG, they struggled early, but they've been a huge part of this resurgence for your team. I mean, how valuable have they been, and what have they meant to your turnaround?
They're the glue of this team. When you look at their careers, they've been through a lot. They've seen a lot, slow starts, fast starts. There's never any panic, and you can see that in their play. Sometimes veteran guys take a little bit longer to get to the starting line, but the guys are playing at a high level, and you can see that with Paul and KG.
Is KG going to go tomorrow?
I haven't talked to him yet, so we'll see.
Jason, it seemed like everything kind of fell into place defensively when you guys were able to stop Al from scoring. He's such a threat in the post. Was the plan to kind of get him out of his comfort zone and hope everything else kind of fell in line, or was there other things defensively?
Well, the guys executed the game plan. We went and kind of double teamed him a little bit early to not let him get a rhythm. Also, kind of protecting KG if it was going to be one of those nights where we needed him late in the game. So, the guys executed the game plan and double teaming him and being able to understand how to get out of that rotation. And he's been, Al's been playing at a high level. So for him to have 12 points tonight, that's a great job for those guys.
Okay, thank you.
How do you explain the way?
I'm not going to say it was the offense as much as more of the defense. We were getting a lot of stops. As far as offense, we were just playing together and speeding the ball.
You mentioned that Al Jefferson had come to this game playing so fantastic. What did you feel like you guys were able to do to slow him down in that way?
They basically try to push him off the block. Whenever he gets the ball, they get the ball a little low. We set the guy to come down and dig, to try to discourage him. But he's still a very good, great player, great scorer. And he made some shots, and he's still affected the game for a while. Chicago, I'm going one step at a time. We got Chicago tomorrow. We want to finish this first half of the season on strong. So we're going to go in there and take care of business. Guys, if we go on the break for a while and be happy, I got to see their faces for a couple of days and then to come back. Was that 2 weeks? So 2 weeks road trips. It's going to be tough, but we're just going to stay together.
How much of a challenge? You know what you got to challenge just to be focusing on tomorrow.
At the end of the day, it's still our job. We still got to take care of business, even though we got the break coming up. I feel like we got is old enough and been in the league long enough to know, it's really important.
The goal is to play your best.
Just gotta stay healthy. Just gotta stay healthy and continue to play defense and try to get on offense.
What's been the difference eventually for you guys the last few weeks?
Just moving the ball, swinging the ball, and swinging the ball and just having fun.
Thanks, man. Be able to get you guys some rest in the fourth. Going into tomorrow.
Hopefully we can, elevate it tomorrow and come out with some energy and get another one. But it was important for us to come out and kind of establish the tempo, especially in the second half. That's when we kind of opened it up. Bench came off, gave us a great lift, and that's what it's about.
How much does it matter to go into tomorrow? Obviously, you guys have played great since the start of the year, but to get a win and go into the break on this kind of hot streak.
And it will mean a lot. That's a confidence booster going into the West Coast. Guys, really get a chance to kind of enjoy the break, and it's much needed. This is a team who came into our house and pretty much handled it. So we definitely are.
10-2, I believe, since the first of the year at home. So how great does it feel now that you've established home field advantage once again?
It feels pretty good, but we still understand that we got a lot of work to do. So, we're not complacent by no means or comfortable. We still know we got an uphill climb. Tomorrow's a big game for us.
How big is this road trip coming up as a whole?
It's very important. This could really, tell our season. So, make no mistake about it, man. We're going to approach it very focused and ready.
Thanks, Joe.
It's a good win, but the key is to try to gather some momentum going into the All-Star break. Right now, once you get past the All-Star break, it's the stretch run. We got 31 games left. It's going to be a lot of positioning going on in these last few weeks of the season. And we got to gather some momentum. So, it's important for us to try to finish off this last game in Chicago.
Why have you been really able to get it going offensively the last 4 or 5 games? You really good clip.
I've been a product of great ball movement we've been having. Take advantage of the opportunity. I think when we make the extra pass, that the ball is eventually going to find the open man. And, I've been really a product of that as of late. And, I'm knocking down shots right now.
How much more comfortable are you with KG in this roster right now?
Well, very. I think we've developed some chemistry since the new year. You can tell by the way we move the ball, the way we're defending. Everybody seems to be on the same page. And, when you have that type of chemistry and with that type of talent, we're going to be a tough team to beat when we put it together.
You've done a pretty good job establishing home court since the first of the year, but now you're going on after the break, the toughest road trip of the year. How are you guys looking ahead to that?
Definitely, it's going to be a tough road trip, but this is that part of the season where when you're on the road like that, you got to have a great sense of urgency. You got to know what's coming on. You got to expect, you got to expect it to be tough. We haven't been a great road team, so this is a moment of truth for us right now. We understand the urgency we got to have right now, taking it out on the road, 6, 7 games. But we feel like there's a lot of winnable games for us. It's going to be some dogfights, and we feel like we can come out over 500 after this trip.
Paul, is it easier for you at this point in your career to be patient and let offense come to you as opposed to 10, 12 years ago?
Oh, definitely. I don't have the same step I had 10, 12 years ago. A lot of times I'm just trying to take advantage of different cuts, playing off screens, just kind of use my basketball IQ out there. There's a lot of guys who are probably faster, jump higher, but I feel like I have one of the great basketball minds in the game to where I'll figure it out.
Well, you've talked a lot about trying to close out this break strong. How much of a difference is a win or loss tomorrow for that?
Well, it's huge. Actually, I just looked when we're in the back. If we win tomorrow, we move up a spot. And, there's a big difference between being in 7th spot and moving up, to the 3rd spot. I think we're only like a couple games from the 3rd spot. And so, every game is crucial at this point. It can mean you going from the 8th seed all the way to the 3 seed. So, each and every week, you're going to see the standards. It's going to move up and down. And every game is important for us.
You said all along the goal was to play the best basketball at the end of the season. How close do you feel you guys are to that right now?
Well, we're getting there. We've gathered some momentum, since the new year. And guys feel comfortable in their roles. That's the key. I think early in the year, it was tough for everybody to really understand what they were supposed to do, what they were asked to do. But I think a lot of that had to do with a lot of the injuries we had. And so, now that we have the guys who are out there, who are healthy, understanding their role, and it's making things a little more comfortable. And that's why you see us playing well, I think, at this point in the year. And hopefully we can continue it second half of the season.
Seems like it. How big was it to be able to get all the starters to rest there in the fourth and then into tomorrow's game?
It was good. You know, it's definitely good. When you have it back-to-back, you know, older team like us, you know, all the rest we can get is great.
How obviously you guys are struggling in the second half. It was back-to-back. So how important is it to close out the break with a win tomorrow?
I mean, it's really important. I mean, we definitely owe them for Christmas, and you know, it's gonna be a tough game, defensive battle. But, you know,
Paul just characterized this upcoming 7-game thing on the road, a moment of truth, kind of see where you guys are at, what you guys can do. Is that how you
no pun intended.
Yes,
I mean, it's a big trip. You know, it's a big trip. You know, it's a tough trip, especially being we're not going to get to be home. You know, it's kind of going from vacation to right to the road. So we're going to be away from home for about 2.5 weeks. And you know, a lot of the teams are playoff teams, so it's going to be tough.
What have KG and Paul meant to this turnaround you guys have had? They've been playing especially well of late.
Yeah, I mean a lot. You know, just Pete was unbelievable tonight. Has been, you know, scoring the ball defensively has been great. You know, Ticket the same thing. And so, you know, when those guys are playing at a high level, it gives us a lot more confidence. And you know, I think since Pete's moved to the 4, it's allowed him to, you know, exploit some mismatches.
Paul also said that you guys win tomorrow, you can move up the spot in the standings. Is this the time of the year you really start looking at the standings and kind of?
I think we're definitely aware of them. You know, I think every guy's different. And some guys might check every day. It's kind of hard not to. Like I said, we have the standings in our locker room on a big board. So, you know, you look over and glance, and so you know. And, you know, it's important because we want to try to move up and get as high as the 3 seed.
Thanks, Mark.